Operation Mahadev heroes are all set to be honored by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. The Pahalgam butchers were killed in Operation Mahadev, an operation that the entire country feels proud of, where those who had killed innocents in Pahalgam were all punished for their doings in Operation Mahadev. The soldiers behind this operation will be honored shortly by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Those pictures that have already begun to come. Home Minister Amit Shah would confirm the killing of Pahalgam attackers in Operation Mahadev. In fact, he had said that M9 Carbine and 2 AK-47s were also recovered from the terrorists. And those were the same weapons that were used in the April 22nd killings in Pahalgam. All of that was confirmed by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. And our braves who carried out this operation, the soldiers behind Operation Mahadev, who will now be felicitated by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Those are the pictures on your screens. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who had told the Parliament and the entire country of the 3 Pakistani elite terrorists who were responsible for the Pahalgam attack that had happened on the 22nd of April, were all killed in Operation Mahadev. You would also remember that moment when Har Har Mahadev chants were roaring across the Parliament, and he had confirmed that the slain terrorists, top elite operatives who had all been punished for the Pahalgam attack, they had been neutralized by our braves. Let me cut across to Shivani Sharma, joining us with further details on this felicitation program by Union Home Minister Amit Shah to honor our soldiers who had carried out Operation Mahadev.
Swesha, indeed, Operation Mahadev was the biggest operation and a very successful operation where the Pahalgam perpetrators were brought to justice, and Union Home Minister Amit Shah is not only felicitating with the personnel who were involved in Operation Mahadev, but is also interacting and sharing experiences. And this was a joint operation in which the Indian Army, the CRPF and the Jammu and Kashmir Police had neutralized 3 terrorists who were involved in the Pahalgam terror attack. So this is a very important felicitation that is going on right now in the national capital, and where he's also interacting and speaking to these officials. He's appreciating them, Suesha, for the kind of operation that was carried out. And not only Operation Mahadev, we've seen that throughout since Pahalgam attack, there have been counter-terrorist operations in a coordinated manner that have been going on in Jammu and Kashmir. And not only the Indian Army, the CRPF, the Jammu and Kashmir Police, they have been together launching a number of counter-terrorist operations, and the Operation Mahadev has been one of the most successful operations indeed, Suesha, where these 3 terrorists who were involved in Pahalgam attack have been neutralized by the forces.
Oh yes, indeed, an extremely successful operation and against all challenges, because it wasn't easy given the topography, given how these terrorists were located by our forces and eventually zeroed in on. In fact, critics who had also questioned the timing of the success of Operation Mahadev, because it happened when Union Home Minister Amit Shah had announced in Parliament during the debate of Operation Sindoor, and he had said that everything was checked thoroughly. Forensics had proved that those were the elite operatives, those were the elite terrorists who had carried out the Pahalgam attack.
Certainly, Suesha, there were a lot of questions, a lot of politics happening after Pahalgam attack, and even for that matter, there were questions being raised by the opposition party, especially about these terrorists who were involved in this attack. People were saying that have they already fled? Where are they? A number of questions, a number of politics, and the Union Home Minister has not only congratulated these forces, but it reminds us of the Operation Mahadev. And certainly, as you also mentioned, it's just the Operation Mahadev happened right when the monsoon session of the Parliament was beginning. So a lot of questions were also being asked about that, but the forces made very sure that all the evidences were matched. The reports and samples were confirmed, and only then the announcements were made. But yes, we must remember, Suesha, this was not a single day operation. It had a lot of hard work, coordination, a lot of recce operations, a lot of interviews and lot of action that was involved behind this operation, because if we see the Mahadev Ridge where this operation happens to be a very densely forested area, and these terrorists, they were hiding, they were changing places, so there were all kind of tactics that was involved in tracing them and then tracking them down. So this was a very important and a successful operation, and certainly when we see the Home Minister, he had also spoken in the Parliament about the success and how the forces went ahead with this operation. But today he is interacting with these officials, these personnel who were a part of this Operation Mahadev, and he is felicitating them. And certainly this is a motivation for the forces when they get rewarded, when they get to interact with the minister. And we also see Amit Shah speaking to these officials out here in this special ceremony in the national capital. Suesha.
Oh yes, absolutely, Shivani. And such was the hurt after the Pahalgam attack. Our forces, especially working day and night along with the agencies to get to the bottom of how this attack was carried out, who all were responsible. In fact, the NIA questioned over 1,000 people, over 3,000 hours of questioning. The recoveries that were made from these LET operators, M9 Carbine to AK-47s that were recovered, and Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who had confirmed that these were the same weapons that were used in the April 22nd killings. The other recoveries that were made from these terrorists of the chocolate packets and the other food substances that they had with them clearly indicated that they came from our western neighborhood.
Suesha, these were the foreign terrorists, and the NIA, the FSL, they have not only recovered whatever they were carrying, but they have also verified multiple things that were being used by them, including the phones also. And it has all clearly given out the fact that these were the terrorists who were being funded by Pakistan, pushed inside the Indian boundaries. They were the perpetrators of Pahalgam attack. They tried to ask the religion of those innocent people, and then they killed them. So there was what here Amit Shah has also said, that when the tourism was on its peak, when the Kashmir Valley was progressing towards development, this kind of a peace, this kind of a development was not being seen because the neighbor also always wants, and the terrorists always want some kind of disruption out there. So this was an attempt to disrupt peace in the valley, but the forces successfully launched this operation, and they still carry out. As we speak, Suesha, we know that in Jammu and Kashmir the weather is inclement, Jammu is under floods, but still I was speaking to some officials, they say that there is no impact of this weather also, and the counter-terrorist operations are at place, they are going on. So when the Home Minister is speaking to and felicitating these officials who have been coordinating well with the Indian Army and neutralized these Pakistani terrorists, it is a very strong message again that these operations will continue. No kind of compromise can be made with the sanctity and with the sovereignty of the peace in Jammu and Kashmir, Suesha. And yes, all the evidences were matched, and they brought out clearly that these were Pakistani terrorists.
Oh yes, and Shivani, you would also remember that controversy when P. Chidambaram had demanded proof of the Pakistani origin of these terrorists that had faced a lot of flack, especially from the centre. Union Home Minister Amit Shah had said that I thought the opposition would be happy, the attackers are dead, but they seem upset. And BJP had come out in full force to say that why is it that the opposition questions our forces time and again, especially the Congress?
See, Suesha, we've seen a lot of political commentary happening around Operation Mahadev. There were certainly questions not only in Operation Mahadev, but after Pahalgam attack, and for that matter, Suesha, the opposition had also been asking why the ceasefire understanding was met in Operation Sindoor. So this politics has been happening, and when we talk about Operation Mahadev, this has been a very detailed address that was given by the Home Minister in the Parliament. He said that. And he in fact said that the opposition had given POK. So it is our work to get it back, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi also reiterated the same. So the Union Home Minister in the House also had congratulated Army and the security forces who increased India's honour through Operation Sindoor, Operation Mahadev, and he also said that under the opposition rules, the army did not have even salt, matches, clothes, and the kind of change that the government has brought was also spoken about after Operation Mahadev in the Parliament.